Hey, what's up, everybody? My name is Shapiro.
And I'm Trinidad James, and we are here today to talk about athletes, glasses, and trends. First up, we got aviator frames. We got our boy Russell Westbrook here, who is a very interesting man, maybe one of the most interesting men in basketball. It works for him. I would not wear those. Dwyane Wade, that's more aviator speed, kind of feels that Alpina feel. Spencer loves Alpinas a lot. Trae Young is speaking more of my language where it has that like, I'm a cool guy type aviator style. Chris Paul, just look too old. The extra metal, sometimes a lot of metal gives you that old feeling. It reminds you of grandma's old Cadillac. Less metal, more modern. That means younger.
You know, when you have the frames with the extra metal going over it, with the clear lens, it adds an older look. But you can kind of switch that up, give it a more younger vibe when you add different color tints. Like, I like to throw in gradients, which is like a dark to light fade, or throw a pop of color in there. Something like this. I threw a light blue gradient in this Cartier tank. Just a little pop of color can give you more of a youthful look.
You can go from grandpa to a cool guy. Clear Wayfarer style has become a trend that a lot of NBA players have been wearing a lot lately. As you can see, Russell Westbrook, De'Aaron Fox, Iman Shumpert, they're all wearing different styles of the clear Wayfarer. It's not really my cup of tea, but as you can see, different styles of the Wayfarer works different for each guy. With the Russell Westbrook, as you can see, that cat eye on the Wayfarer really works for him. However, Iman is kind of more simple, conservative, chill, and De'Aaron, it works for his face. If it works for you, it works for you. At the end of the day, to each his own.
My favorite out of the three would be Iman. He has a real classic, it's actually a Clubmaster style look. It's light across the bottom, but with, you know, it's a little thicker over the top. I like that. It's kind of almost like Malcolm X type style. Ray-Ban was the first to do it with the Clubmaster model, but all kinds of other brands do it now.
As you can see in the NBA, also one of the newer trends are smaller designer shades. You see James Johnson, I don't think those are Cartiers that he has on with the flip-up style. The Different World was a TV show back in the 1990s, and one of the main characters, you always wore flip-up glasses. It was a thing from the 90s. So it's awesome to see now in 2019, moving to 2020, certain trends, they just don't die, but they do get better. You know, they do elevate them, and it's really dope to see that on like a James Johnson.
Here we have Draymond Green wearing the Cartier Giverny, Detroit staple, pure classic made out of African babinga wood. Comes in two different finishes, either platinum or 18 karat yellow gold. Love the look. That's actually one of my favorite frames ever made. So, shout out to him. Nowadays, they go anywhere from 2,000 to 3,000, but they're steadily rising. Just even from when I first got into selling these frames, I was flipping them for like 400 because really nobody outside of Detroit really wanted them. So when I'd go out of town, it was a tough sale for me to make. And now I can't even keep them in stock. It's not necessarily clear and it's not pitch black either. It's really cool for wearing indoors or outdoors.
Feeling yourself frame. That's what kind of frame it is. You're feeling yourself. Look at my face. Look at me.
That's money.
I feel good. I feel like money. It's a money frame. You put those frames on, you feel like money.
Those are a rimless C-Decor wood, which I have right here. So those come in all different colors, patterns. He has the clear rimless lenses on there. I love doing clear lenses when it's, let's say, like a college shirt, suit, button down. You know, as you see, I even have them on today. Another trend I'm really fond of lately is just the transparent frames. All different brands have been making these, and as you see here, we have like Von Miller, LeBron James, guys like Lewis Hamilton. It's a cool look, and there's also a lot of different variations in color you can get too. Like I've seen a lot of transparent blues, greens, reds, all that.
And the price point can vary too. I remember starting off with glasses like from brands like Retro Super Future, where they really do a lot of the one that LeBron has on, which is kind of like just a basic, straight frame. That style can start there at the Retro Super Future and go all the way up to Chrome Hearts. So Chrome Hearts does a really, like the glasses that Von Miller has on, Chrome Hearts does a really special one. That's really nice. You can either put your prescription in or wear it as shades or just normal glasses, like we've been saying. Athletes really have been taken to the transparent frame really well. You know, like it looks good on Vaughn. That's a good pair.
Actually, Lewis has some really cool frames on. It's more of a lucite aviator.
Lewis Hamilton, pretty much anything looks good on him. Transparent frames are meant for cool people. So if you're just naturally a cool guy or girl, it's gonna work every time. Every time, hands down. Marble frames, it's a trend. It's a trend that's happening with athletes. You know, every Sunday when these guys come down the tunnel, we're looking to see what they got on. From the shoes on their feet to the glasses on their face. OBJ, Cam Newton are definitely two of the people in the league, NFL to be exact, who really bring it to the tunnel. OBJ has on this particular pair of Louis Vuitton Millionaires. Same glasses, but not the same price. You can only get these pretty much in Asia, or if you're connected. These you can walk in the Louis Vuitton store, wherever, from Rodeo Drive to Fifth Ave. OBJ is not a regular guy, so it makes sense for him to rock these. I would imagine he has every single pair, but he's very proud of the green pair because it's limited, costs more, and celebrities, athletes definitely like to flex.
The green pair is anywhere, resale-wise, it's anywhere from $1,400 to $2,000 and up.
And the red ones are going for retail still. You can spend about $900. Glasses that Cam Newton has on. I don't think that those are Louis Vuitton, but that marble, that tortoise look is just a classic look that happens in glasses, been going on in the world of glasses for years.
That's something that's been around forever.
You can see it on the Moschino, it still has that tortoise feel, like that old feel or whatever. These are for the 90s, but the feel is still the same. You know, this is 2019 Celine or whatever with Edie Slimane now as the new director, but the tortoise hasn't changed. You see what I'm saying? These certain things are not going nowhere. You'll come, you'll pass away, but certain styles will never die.
They have the name tortoise because back in the day, a lot of brands were actually making eyewear out of real tortoise shell. And thankfully, they've stopped doing that. They've moved on to synthetic tortoise, which is made out of plastic.
Thick oval frames. When I can't even just call them thick oval frames, kind of more of like Kurt Cobain frames. These really remind me of Kurt's. I think of Kurt Cobain and I think of Fabo. And he is an artist from Atlanta, from a legendary group called D4L. When I see white glasses, that's exactly what it makes me think of. It's a really iconic staple piece. It kind of gives you that punk rocker type look. The shape that Travis has on, it works for his face. It's a little bit bigger. With Kelly, you could tell with him he likes the skinny feel or whatever because he has more of a narrow and more of a narrow face, narrow jawline. So it's a lot less room in between the eyebrow to the cheekbone, which is important for you to understand the ratio when you're doing glasses, when you're getting glasses for yourself. So these are Christian Roth, Archive 1993. These are the brand that Kurt wore. They don't make these anymore. It was very, very classic in 1993. Kurt really wore these like this was his piece.
That's something that is made for somebody who's bold and just doesn't give a shit. It's for icons, guys like Kurt Cobain, Guy Fieri, Fabo, Lil Jon.
T-Pain.
It's the glasses of an American hero. That's a true American badass frame.
America's glasses.
America. Okay, so here we have Kelly Oubre Jr. doing some small dark frames off the Chrome Hearts hat. I'm digging it. Yeah, not a look for everybody, but if you can pull it off and do it right, then it's fly. You know, I have a few different styles. You know, this is a old school platinum Cartier that's kind of on the same wave. These are from late 90s. And that's, I'd say that's when that style was really popularized. Now it's having a comeback. We have a vintage Fendi right here. Same style look, you know, that small round shape, dark black lenses.
Tiny frames really originate a lot of different times in history. If you look at Kelly Oubre right now, these are the same glasses that, per se, Lawrence Fishburne wore in The Matrix. There's also, if you go back to old Jet Li movies from the 2000s, like Jet Li and DMX, or whatever, like that 1997 to 2001 is a special time for tiny frames. Like I said, it's kind of like it's like an alternative badass look. It's really interesting. Like you should see him pair it with cross and skull bones and chrome hearts. It really works for that look. Remember boy Nick Young, also NBA player. It's really interesting because him and Kelly both have on those off-white glasses from Virgil. That particular pair of shades was a really hit. last year when it came out of 2018. It was right on point. It was the right size, not too much, black, and it really matched the climate of the way people was dressed.
You know, it's one of Virgil's early steps into eyewear as well. I think he just killed it.
So these glasses came out last year. And as you can see, these guys are still wearing them because glasses, they're one of those things that just keeps going with your wardrobe. You keep them, it's like jewelry. You know, you buy new jewelry, but you still go wear an old chain. Old sunglasses still look good with new clothes. They make it look better sometimes. Because if you're collecting pieces and things that are not easy to get, when you decide to wear them with your new outfit, new clothes that you're doing, it's a great time. Another trend that we've been covering with athletes are small round frames.
The small round glasses trend is very reminiscent of the 60s and 70s. You know, people like Janis Joplin, John Lennon, you know, the Ramones.
Lewis Hamilton, he can really mix it up from square transition to aviator, see-through, aviator dark, to now we have the small round. Some people just have a great face. Russell, as you can see, the lens, the color, the wire, it might be too thin of a wire for me, but it really works for him. You know, I like that he accessorized it with a thin gold chains compared to having thick ones. I would have small details like that really matter when you're putting them together for outfits and accessories. You know, I don't think that he would have done the big Cuban chain with thin glasses. But your thin glasses, I do the small necklace. You know, it's just really, it's just, like I said, it's a science to this, man, for real.
So here we have PJ Tucker. He's wearing more of a large round frame. Shout out to PJ, good friend in Clyde of mine. I like the way he's mixing the light, or with the dark brown with the colors of the fur on his collar. All about having the right mix to your outfit.
Even with Iman, small necklace, thin wire frames. You know, PJ. Got probably the biggest rounds, but that's why he got the diamonds on. And you really get to see what the meaning of small round frame is when it comes to athlete, because they're usually big guys. So this big guy with this small glass on his face, some pull it off, some don't, but they all attempt. And it's really interesting because they like it. They really into it. You know, it's dope. Whether it's, I don't even want to say that all of them are doing it because the stylist told them to. I think that they just genuinely like it.
Here we have my guy Noah wearing some big, some shield looking glasses. You know, Oakley vibes, real reminiscent of, you know, like Hulk Hogan, Riff Raff type style. It's the type of look where people can't really see in, but you can see out.
Also, you can see with Dwight Howard too, when it comes to that reflective tint on the aviator style, it's kind of like you showing people themselves. That's what it kind of like a reflective tint, a mirror tint. Like, look at yourself. You know, then don't look at me. Look at yourself. You know, those do really well against the sun too. For people with light eyes and who like that dark tint that just really doesn't work for you, the mirror tint also is a good one to fight against the sun or whatever. And that's why you see that particular tint used in a lot of like sportswear looking glasses. Like Balenciaga is coming back with a lot of like plastic sports looking alpina-ish type of like snow goggles type feel. Oh, that's really interesting that they do it, but it makes sense. It makes a lot of sense. That's why you've seen a lot of the athletes use it, because they're in the sun the most.
The sun, I would say go as dark as possible. Get a polarized lens or get a nice reflective look. So you want to protect your eyes when you're out there. Polarized lenses have a special coating that actually blocks out the UV rays a little better. They're also good for, you know, being out in the water, fishing. You can see into the water a little better because it blocks out the glare.
When it comes to trends, you can't leave out your veterans. As you can see here, we have Tom Brady, David Beckham, A-Rod. You know, just goats. Goat, goat, goat. As you get older and status, glasses hold a status. It's a certain classism that comes with certain glasses, you know, and that shows that that guy might have 6 rings compared to a guy who has 1. The way he dresses, the way he talks, the type of eyewear that he chooses. As you can see with the veterans here, lately they've been rocking the classic Wayfarer style. It takes you back to that Ray-Ban feel, like dark shades, like James Dean, just like straight to the point. You know what I'm saying? It really has a distinguished look for it. And you know, and you go from Ray-Ban, Cartier has a style just like this too. A lot of people have this particular style, like Spencer was saying, with the metal arms, tortoise top, or whatever, you know, like it's wide open. But you tend to see a person like A-Rod, David Beckham, you know, that would probably be like a Tom Ford. You know what I'm saying? Because that feels like their status.
You know, everybody has their own styles, but these aren't the type of guys you're going to see with bright, loud colors or iced out glasses. They're more, you know, refined styles, so that works for them, and it's a more of a universal classic look.
Athletes in eyewear is definitely going to be one of those trends that will always be changing and will never die.
It's something that's a component to your everyday outfit, so I think it's something that's only going to continue to grow and become more popular as the spotlight is actually on the eyewear industry a lot more these days.
We will be seeing more and more trends that these guys set, because these guys are the wave now.